According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world.
Have you noticed what Caitlin Clark just did? She did not merely sign the deal. She altered the rules of endorsement. Clark's new $13 billion alliance is not only substantial, but transformative. At this point, Clark's actions become more significant. WNBA players' reactions to a potential game-changing arrangement are surprising. Stay tuned for more on the drama surrounding A.A. Wilson's response to the women's basketball situation.
How? In what way? What does she sell out tens of thousands of Wilson basketballs in 40 minutes? I mean, what has A'ja Wilson done to say that she is worth every penny and then some?
Wilson and Hy collaborated to develop Caitlin Clark basketballs in vibrant purple and yellow. The Dreamer and Tribute editions will be available in time for the holidays, making them perfect gifts for fans. The creative alliance, combined with eye-catching marketing, has sparked conversation.
Here, they just had this go, and this is the Hy-Vee Instagram account. Again, Wilson, Caitlin Clark, really smart, very cool video, lots of smiling faces.
Wilson's $13 billion cooperation demonstrates his talent-spotting abilities. Nike made a mistake. Wilson noticed Caitlin Clark's potential early on, making a bold decision that changed the game. Let's go back to when Wilson signed Clark. That was a wonderful move.
Caitlin Clark just did something nobody has done since Michael Jordan. Wilson Sporting Goods signed the WNBA star to a multi-year deal. She's the first female athlete to have her own collection with Wilson, and it will be built similar to Jordan's collection in the 1980s that included those signature basketballs.
Wilson's acquisition of Caitlin Clark is a major changer. They took a significant risk by doing something they had only done once with Michael Jordan himself. The announcement of the accord sparked widespread discussion on social media platforms. Wilson recently altered women's sports.
Only athlete to have a signature basketball with Wilson other than Michael freaking Jordan. Wilson's head of global partnership said, "We haven't done a deal of this magnitude since we did one with Michael Jordan 30 to 40 years ago."
Following that, Clark released his first basketball. The basketball sold out quickly, leaving tens of thousands of people without them. This is historic. Caitlin Clark becomes only the second athlete in history to buy a Wilson basketball, following Michael Jordan.
I don't know that I can name an athlete in recent memory that has sold at this level. And there's the key, folks. Caitlin Clark moves products. Caitlin Clark moves merchandise. And here's what I was talking about, too. They mentioned it here. Where in September, Wilson dropped the first Clark-inspired basketball. It sold out in under 40 minutes. Tens of thousands of basketballs snapped up almost instantly.
Wilson doesn't stop there. They have exciting plans for Clark to discover something new about her. Her star power, talent on the court, and ability to connect with fans and generate revenue. Wilson bets heavily on Clark. So far, it's paying well.
Shout out to Wilson. I think we all really, really appreciate what Wilson has done. They seem to be the only business, the only entity that has taken Caitlin Clark at face value for what and who she is and the opportunities that can bring. Fully, completely embraced her, been great with their marketing. Product drops. I mean, I don't even know how many different basketballs now, but they've made multiple product drops with, limited quantity, I guess you could say. They're sold out right away. They keep doing more.
What is the impact of this seismic shift on women's sports? Companies' attitudes towards female athletes, marketing methods, and support for women's sports are evolving. Clark's impact on the sports industry extends beyond the court to boardrooms and marketing conferences.
Available.
Apparently all of her basketballs or collabs that she's done
Yeah.
sold out pretty quick.
The Wilson transaction is merely the initial stage. Wilson and Clark will have a passive influence on women's sports as they advance to the next level. Are you ready to watch what happens next? Caitlin Clark recently announced a $13 billion alliance. But here's the twist. Rather than accepting a personal contract, she collaborated with Wilson and Hay, a Midwest grocery company, to expand women's sports.
Here, Caitlin Clark lands $13 billion brand collab as WNBA stars bond with Wilson grows deeper. And that's the cool part, man. Shout out to Wilson.
This isn't your normal supermarket chain, either. This retail giant is focusing just on Caitlin Clark. They're not just putting her name on a cereal box. Instead, they're creating something unique and exciting.
This is a collaboration with supermarket chain Hy-Vee. They rake in more than $13 billion annually. Huge company, just in time for the holidays.
This is when things get exciting. Hy has released limited edition basketballs, bringing back a familiar name. The Clark Dreams and Tribute Wilson basketballs are named for their similarity to Clark. Off the field, Wilson and Hay are forming a fantastic team.
And what this is Hy-Vee has announced an exclusive, yeah, that's right, an exclusive drop of Caitlin Clark's Dreamer and Tribute Wilson basketballs. Very cool. Big deal. Good job, Wilson. You know, they probably went and put this together. I mean, maybe Hy-Vee contacted Caitlin Clark first, but, you know, it's probably the type of thing.
But why is this such an important issue? This discussion focuses on the future of women's sports marketing. This groundbreaking collaboration sets a new standard for female athletes working with major corporations. Caitlin Clark has had unwavering support from those who have been by her side from the start. You may remember their donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation during her tenure in Iowa.
And get this, Hy-Vee says it's making a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation in honor of her record. $35,690 will be donated. In Clark's basketball career, she's scored 3,569 points to beat the old record.
Clark is not just signing a contract, but also contributing to the creation of products that reflect her story. Wilson believes that each ball represents a distinct stage of Clark's career, from her time at Iowa to her success in the WNBA. This makes sense as building a brand is more vital than marketing. Sport Pro named her the world's fourth most marketable athlete.
And then at number 4, Caitlin Clark, LeBron James at 3, Vinicius Jr., who is a Brazilian soccer star, and number 1 being Simone Biles. As you can see, Caitlin Clark is the only WNBA player in the top 10, and she's actually the only WNBA player in the top 20.
What does this indicate for the future? As more businesses collaborate and invest in women's sports, the numbers of female athletes signing contracts may become more predictable. Instead, we will anticipate them.
While strengthening the partnerships she's already built, from basketballs flying off shelves to multi-million-dollar endorsements, CC is at the forefront of athlete brand.
Wilson and Hy-Vee back Clark. But what about Nike? This is when things become interesting. Nike signed Clark to a $28 million contract, but there was no follow-up from the sports giant, leaving supporters wondering about the shoes, jerseys, and marketing campaign.
And her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing.
Clark's popularity is widely known. Nike's failure to capitalize on Clark's star power is costly in the fast-paced sports marketing industry. Despite a 500% rise in jersey sales, Nike is still unable to meet demand from fans.
Yeah, where is Caitlin Clark's shoe? Jersey sales skyrocketed by 500% this season. Where's the shoe, folks? Where is...
Industry experts are perplexed as well. Nike could have promoted Clark through billboards, shoe lines, and other initiatives, but instead, she appears to have been overlooked.
Where's the shoe, folks? Where is it? Paige Becker recently landed her own signature shoe. Crappy shoe, but she got one. And yeah, you're right. Vocal. Of course. Why not? We should be vocal. Absolutely ridiculous.
Nike reportedly wants to prioritize A.A. Wilson's shoes over Caitlin Clark's, but this is not a viable market strategy. Caitlin Clark has a commanding lead over A.A. Wilson.
He reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the 3rd time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell Asia's shoe by 100 times, yes, I think that would be the...
Nike's inaction can lead to chaos. Wilson's basketballs sell out quickly compared to other corporations who debut exclusive products. Nike acknowledges Clark's worth, as does everyone else.
It's an absolute and utter embarrassment. Nike should be shut down simply out of shame for the way they have treated Caitlin
Clark demonstrates that women's sports may generate big cash, but it looks that everyone is gaining from it except Nike. What is the issue? Is Nike making a mistake with the biggest brand in women's basketball, or do they know something we don't?
She had the craziest momentum that we have ever seen with any athlete in the history of ever. And the fact that Nike did not capitalize on that, the fact that they are the biggest athletic sportswear brand in the world, and we didn't hear a peep out of them the entire season, it truly makes me wonder, like, if I were Caitlin Clark's management, and again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I would be truly rethinking the deal that I signed up for.
Can you image yourself in the Nike boardroom right now? The team's most attractive basketball player is underutilized. It's like keeping a Ferrari in the garage. However, the story is not yet ended. In response to Caitlin Clark's new deal, A.A. Wilson announced a 6-year contract extension with Nike. However, the announcement has not been disregarded. Fans are skeptical of the agreement's ability to compete with Clark's market dominance, citing jealousy as a motivation.
Asia Wilson, Nike, agreed a 6-year contract extension after third WNBA MVP, which was, of course, one of those participation entitlement MVPs. She was awarded the MVP before the season started because of the complaint campaign that she should have gotten it the year before instead of Breanna Stewart.
Social media is full of opinion. Some supporters are calling Wilson's contract a phony, while some applaud her. The WNBA community is divided on the importance of these relationships in the growing sport of women's basketball. Thank you for watching my video.